know, a lot of people have been talking about the news that Governor Palin's 17-year-old daughter is pregnant.
Right.
But, you know, after I got over the initial kind of shock value of finding that out yesterday.
Just because we're learning so much about the family suddenly.
And I've really started to feel sorry for this young woman. I mean, can you imagine going through this at 17? It's tough enough for a family to struggle with all the decisions that come along with that. But then on top of that, just the public pressure. I mean, the public pressure, and now on an international scale for this young woman to go through. My heart goes out to her.
How about this? Senator McCain knew about it. His aides knew about it.
Yep.
They said they don't have a problem with it. That's his decision. If you want to judge John McCain on that, judge John McCain on that. If you want to judge the governor, go do it. But here it is.
Yeah.
So, and you're going to see it all this week. You're going to meet her, and if that's going to overwhelm your decision, make the call.
And the reason the McCain camp came out with this news yesterday, and Sarah Palin herself talked about it and released statements, is because some on the left, these left-wing bloggers, were circulating these incredibly vicious stories about the Palin family. Now, here's the thing. Sarah Palin is a politician. She is the governor of the great state of Alaska. She is in the arena. The family should always be left out. Her children are not running for public office. She is. You know, there are some people who are saying, look, John McCain obviously did not vet the family enough. You know, how far do you go back into the family? And they're digging up all sorts of stuff about, you know, the husband had a problem and blah, 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 blah.
But I actually think...
Leave the family alone. Look at her. I mean, if the other side is so terrified of her because she seems like a real can-do gal, go at the issues. Don't go attacking the family. That is just
But Barack Obama had a really, I think he was very tactful in what he said yesterday. He was very sincere in his delivery of saying people's families are frankly off limits.
Here's the first, by the way, here's the First Lady yesterday going at one of those rumors that Governor Palin was never pregnant, which is covering for her daughter, which is ridiculous. Here's the First Lady.
George, and I know Governor Palin in her role as governor. She's been to the National Governors Association meeting the last couple of times in Washington, and she was at my table at the last one for dinner, and she was pregnant then with her 5th baby.
Yeah.
All right, and then let's listen to Barack Obama's response when he was asked about how he should be reacting to the news.
I have said before, and I will repeat again, I think people's families are off limits. And people's children are especially off limits. This shouldn't be part of our politics. It has no relevance to Governor Palin's performance as a governor or her potential performance as a vice president.
Interesting take, guys. There's an article in one of the newspapers this morning that says, look, when this kind of news comes out, maybe it actually makes Sarah Palin easier for the average American to identify with, because what family does not go through some sort of a family struggle? And it points out the averageness, and that's a compliment, actually. The averageness of this woman is that she was not born of political pedigree. Right. She's not a blue blood. She hasn't been in the Beltway.
Who doesn't have problems?
Exactly.
Who doesn't? When you look back at your own personal history, how many people don't have some potholes back here? The thing is, this is particularly about the girl and the baby. This is a personal matter. And the other thing, for people who are looking at them, just remember, young women who are 17 years old have a lot of choices. And this family chose life. And I know that I heard some conservative talkers yesterday, late in the day, they said the family made the right decision. So just leave the family alone.